Peace. This is S.S.Oracle, Shadow and Soul Oracle. This is Savvy. I'm going to do another reading to get some insight on somebody's situation right now. Okay, I'm going to start with tarot this time. This is just going to be a general message again, high vibrational message for the day, for the year. We're starting off, okay? So we're going to get some insight, the highest vibrational message, Spirit, that someone needs to know. Most high message, spirits, angels, ancestors, come in, okay? To guide this person or multiple people on their journey. What's going on? What fail? All right, we're starting with the Five of Swords. So, argument, disagreement, something going on. What's going on? All right. Somebody having the upper hand though. Okay, before I pull something else, let me see. Let me sit with this. Somebody say, you don't know what I know. Like, you don't know what I know. You're like, somebody is like, I think somebody's personal truth is devastating to people is what it is. And somebody's not being quiet about communicating it anymore. Like, they're not shy about communicating it. They're not reserved about communicating it. They might not even be holding back communicating it. This could be you. This could be somebody that you know. Air sign energy here with the swords. Okay, somebody that knows their truth, somebody that's been through something. They're not afraid to communicate it, okay? And they're not concerned about it hurting anybody's feelings either, And, there's really nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. But maybe there's some, I don't know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you're being kind of, I don't know, being kind of nasty about it. I don't know. But it's like, it's still true. But it's like the way that it's coming out, it's like coming out to hurt people. We got the Knight of Wands next. Fire sign energy here. I think this is like one of those things where someone gets a rise out of arguing. Like, and they know they're right. So it's like knowing that you're right and wanting to get into arguments and debates because you know you're right. And, there's another person here that doesn't back down from that though. Like, despite what the truth is or what the facts are, there's another energy here that it wants to fight is what I'm getting. Like, they want to fight. And this person who tells the truth or tells the facts, I don't know if they really want to fight, but but somebody wants to fight. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles here. What's this? I think there's some type of disagreement with how somebody has been like building or doing business or working on something, like, but I'm getting like it's just a lot of opinions. Like, somebody's really been working hard on what they do and there are people who don't agree with it. And I think it's like there's like a competition thing going on here too, where it's like I'm doing better than you, and this Knight of Wands is like wants to smoke for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's like it's a jealousy energy. Look what's at the bottom. The Devil card. I wasn't even gonna pull another card, but since this showed itself, we're gonna give it its time. Okay, that's Capricorn energy. So somebody that may have been trying to be controlling, somebody that may have tried to keep somebody at a level to keep them like equal or something. Like, somebody's making it known that we don't measure up, if I could just say it plain. All right, they making it known that, you know what, we're not the same. Like, this person here is this person here. Okay, so it's like, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. I work hard. This is what I do. And somebody else is like, you're not better than me though. But it's like there's really no competition here. But the person in the Five of Swords energy is willing to argue and fight just because. And this is the energy that's surrounding this situation, and it's just not necessary. It's not necessary to keep egging it on. I'm getting. Okay, so if you're in this energy, or this may be energy you just coming out of, like, just know that it was the energy of envy, right? The spirit of competition that cause this feud. Okay. Let me get one of these chakra zodiacs out of here. Okay. Because we want to focus on the higher vibrational side of this thing here. We're going to go ahead and just move away from this devil energy, because this is one of those things where somebody is just like, there's an insecurity and inadequacy kind of issue going on here. And so when they see you elevate or speak your truth or see that you're working hard, like, they don't have anything to fault you on, is what it is, but they're willing to fight and argue, and they want the smoke, they want to fight. It's like, that gets exhausting. So and it's like, you don't want to keep egging that on, even though you're right, even though, you know, it's true, you work hard, you do your thing. You don't want to keep that energy going. Like, you just need to go ahead and just relieve yourself from that environment, right? Or distance yourself from that person, so that you can continue to work hard on what you're doing. You don't want to keeping going in this direction, or if you keep going in this direction of just wanting to fight and argue just because you know you're right, like, that's really going to take away from the energy that you're putting into what you work on. Okay, shadow and soul, we're getting into your shadow right now. Like, yes, you're right. Yes, you work hard. Yes, you could prove yourself. Yes, you always got receipts to back up what you're doing. But constantly wanting to do that with people is taking you out of a focus, okay? And it's leading you to lowering your frequency. Like, eventually it's going to lower your frequency. Like, eventually this could lead into something that is undesirable. You know what I'm saying? An actual fight, physical fight, if it hasn't happened already. You know what I'm saying? You don't need the police getting involved. You don't need all that going on when you're working so hard on whatever it is you're working on. So egging on these arguments and these fights for the sake of being right, you got to stop doing that. Okay. Feel your emotions again. There's a lot of emotional energy going on around here. Has to be. Has to be. Feel your emotions, okay? Don't allow people to rile you up and get you out of your highest self and knowing of self, or your stability or your calm. Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, regulate that. Have a way to channel aggressions and frustrations in a healthier manner. Put it into your work. Put it into your work. Okay, I don't know what kind of work you do, whether it's you know, something creative, something business related, or your body even working out. Like, take that frustration and go lift some weights. Take that frustration and go do a poem, or write something, or do a painting, or I don't know, do something with the energy instead of directing it at this person. Okay. Yeah, they gotta cool that flame down. Cool that flame down, that tendency to want to argue and stuff like that. You don't gotta do that. Okay. Enlightenment, crown chakra. Yeah, what do you know? You know better is what it is. It's like, you know better. You know what I mean? You gotta find something else that is more healthy to invigorate you. That might be the only thing. Like, I'm getting it. It's like a leisure. Like, argument is a leisure. It's a sport. You know what I mean? It's like, if you know you right and you know you got facts and all that kind of stuff, like, it becomes a sport, and you know better than that ultimately. I shade the spirit coming through with that. Like, you know better. That's what the crown chakra is. I know enlightenment. Like, you know that you could be doing something else with that energy. Okay? You know you could be doing something else with that energy. Let me get one more of these. Resistance, energy block. You know, it's interesting. Like, I'm getting like, there's something in you that may not want to move forward. Like, I don't know, maybe this is a family thing. Maybe this is a family thing. Maybe this is a very deep shadow where it's like, you don't necessarily get along with, it's either someone in your family or some close friend or something like that, but you stay around them. And, you know, there's a resistance towards not doing that. Like, it's part of growth is what's happening here. Like, you've been working so hard on what you're doing. Like, it's like really changing your mind and how you relate and how you deal with people. But you're holding on to this being combative, or being, you know, open for debate and argument. Like, you're holding on to that, but you're growing out of that. is what's happening now. And there's a resistance because you identify with that. You identify as being somebody that's always right. But it's causing too much friction to your growth process. And it's like beyond your awareness is what's happening here. This is why I'm reading into the energy here. Let me pull Divine Abundance, Sacred Geometry. Yeah, let's get some more metaphysical energy here. What's going on? Let me see. Let me go deeper. Let's go deeper. Okay, let's go deeper. Like something's keeping you tied to this energy. This is not easy energy to break anyway in any situation. You see them chains? That's not easy to break. So there's some part of your identity that you still hold on to in terms of the need to argue, need to debate, need to be right. Okay, but you have to grow out of that. What do I need here? Some more metaphysical insight into this energy here. Discernment. Ashe. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. You just got heard, let bygones be bygones. You got to let bygones be bygones. You got to constrain that tendency to want to pop off. Saying it straight. You have to control that. You have to get that. This is the devil energy, right? Outside of the negative connotations to this, this energy is about control, right? Capricorn's mantra is I control or I use. But, in a positive sense, it's like being in control of yourself, having restraint within yourself. You make it an internal thing. Okay, so you have to be discerning in your interactions and communications with people because you don't want to ruin everything you're working hard for. And this is what I'm getting. Like, it might seem playful now, it might be funny now, but if you carry on this energy into other arenas and other interactions, it can possibly damage or tear down everything that you've been working hard for. And all that being right and, winning the debate and all of that ain't gonna mean nothing. So you really got to have discernment here and just let people think what they think, believe what they believe, and don't try to correct people all the time. Like, if it's not a situation that even requires that where it's necessary, you don't need to do that. You know what I mean? I want to say tomato type stuff. Like, if somebody just pronounces something wrong, like, you don't got to correct every single little thing about what people are saying and what they're doing. Just let it go. Okay? You got to let it go. You got to be discerning in that. You got to know when it's appropriate to speak up and say something or defend yourself or defend the truth or something, and when to just let it go. Now, pick your battles. Choose your battles here. Let me get one more of these, and then I'll do one divine abundance for you. Ooh, caught that. Throat chakra. Again, the numbers 20 and 5 could be significant too, but throat chakra, this whole time, the frequency of throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. I speak and I listen. That's what throat chakra is. You got to know when to speak and when to listen. When it's appropriate to speak, when it's appropriate to just listen. Okay? And not allow things to trigger you in a way to entice aggression and things like that. Like, you have a higher vibrational energy that you're evolving into and growing into that requires you to be more at peace and at ease and to create that kind of environment. The conflict is you're growing in consciousness and you're raising in vibration, but you're still emitting a frequency of conflict. And it's coming from that tendency to need to prove that you're right. Okay. You gotta get out of that. Okay. You gotta be discerning in that. Let me get one of these divine abundances, okay? Let's see. Okay, you just got to tell people, like, look, I'm beyond that. Like, I'm growing out of that. Like, I'm not here to argue. I'm not trying to debate with you. Like, like, I'm not doing that. What's this? Flow. Allow me, divine, to move with flow and respond with calmness and peace. Ashe. Okay. You know what? You got to get in the water. You got to do some water emotional balancing here. We have feel the emotions come out. We got this that came out. We getting all this blue that came out. Okay. You got to get in the water. I don't know if you need to drink more water. Okay. Water fasting. I don't know. Water something. Spiritual bath, spiritual shower. I don't know if you swim as a leisure. Get in the water and do some swimming. You need to really get with being regulated and being at calm and being at peace. Like there's playful energy too with this dolphin too. Like not learn how to like play and make it playful, okay, and not necessarily combative. Okay, that might be something to know in the future because maybe the people you're around are ones that really want to go at you and fight for real. But in the future, to have more playful banter, but that comes with higher consciousness. The people of a higher consciousness know how to argue and keep it respectful. You see what I'm saying? But where you're at right now and the people you're dealing with right now, they're not at that level. And so you have to be discerning in how you communicate. Okay? If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the services I have to offer, please click the link in the description. I give a free consultation for potential services that you may book for and having a conversation about your healing journey or your awakening path. I also offer a multidimensional chit chat where we could talk about metaphysical, esoteric things, okay, spiritual things. I offer love life readings, alchemy readings. You can check out my blog, music that I've recorded. I also have an ebook available as well. Just follow that link. All right, peace.